So I see Zenabis has news. And I'm like, pardon? We're going to be on a full alert then, aren't we? And we were green today. It's true. But as ZENA just keeps going down. 99 cents. This market is crazy, man. I may be wrong, but I doubt it. The fundamentals are there, man. I don't know what's going on with Zenabis, man. How the hell does CANNABIS go up today? Talk about a full alert. CANNABIS was green. CANNABIS was green. What the heck is going on? I don't think we're going into a recession. What recession? What recession? I see jobs everywhere. What recession? There ain't no recession here. ZENA's got news. I am a real, original, high times investor. I'm a cannabis enthusiast, a CBD enthusiast. Thank you guys for joining the building here. Thank you for joining the party on your Wednesday evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are, anywhere in the world. You guys can drop where you are in the world in here. I'm just here to bring you guys the news, man. I can't control these stocks, man. I have no idea why Zenabis keeps going down. I wish I did. Remember, when I talk about these stocks, please don't just go and buy them because I'm talking about them, okay? There's a lot of people probably shorting my stocks trying to prove me wrong. I always say, man, don't try to focus on proving me wrong. Focus on proving yourself right, right? So at the end of the day, like, I think I'm right on Zenabis. I think it's going to be a giant. I do not understand why the stock keeps going down. I know that there's guys like Ricky Brower that are selling, but regardless of that, I mean, CANNABIS today even went up and traded 5 million shares. So, you know, Zenabis, you guys are doing all the right things, but you got to have a plan for your stock. If you don't got a plan for your stock, it ain't just going to get there by itself. So let's just like let you guys know what this news is. Zenabis Global Inc. I'm happy they're putting news out, is pleased to provide an update on its recent facility construction and licensing activities and its recent cannabis production results. With respect to production results, cultivation output in August 2019 was 1,996 kgs of dried cannabis. That's as much as they did in the last quarter, if I'm not correct. It's probably like around that number. At Zenabis Atholville outperformed the revised design capacity by 40.9%. Wow. So they outperformed their design capacity by almost 41%, otherwise known as the performance ratio. Cultivation output of 1,996 kgs of dried cannabis was 26.4% greater than Zenabis revised forecast output, as dated August 6, 2019, of 1,579 kgs of dried cannabis. So they thought that they would do 1,500 kgs. They did almost 2,000. This is progress. This is why I like Zenabis. And they're making it very transparent. But Zenabis, you guys got to do something about your stock, guys. You're killing your shareholders here, man. With construction and licensing at Zenabis Atholville largely complete, Zenabis is now focusing on construction and licensing at Zenabis Langley. That's the big facility that I saw myself with my own eyes. And I believe it can grow up to 2.1 million square feet. So that is just huge. And I've been there and I had to literally drive from one side of the facility to the other. Like it's that big. It's like a compound. And I'm sure there's other people that have been to that facility. Zenabis Langley construction continues, with Zenabis total annual cultivation capacity expected to increase to 143,200 kgs of dried cannabis on completion of licensing at Zenabis Langley. So, I mean, they're only doing 2,000 right now a month. They're going to be completing up to 143,000 kgs. So that's enormous room for growth, even still, as they grow exponentially month after month. Zenabis intends to submit a license amendment application for Zenabis Langley existing cultivation license by the end of September to include additional growing and processing areas for Zenabis Langley Site A, Part 2A. Once approved, Zenabis total licensed annual production capacity will increase by 39,400 kgs to 96,400 kgs, assuming receipt of the Zenabis Atholville Phase 2C Part 2 license amendment. So these guys are just growing everywhere, and they're doing it slowly. And they're one of the most undervalued cannabis companies out there. I honestly, the way it's going down, I'm not going to tell anybody to buy it. But what I can tell you is it's close to its all-time low. So, I have no idea how low it's going to go. If it continues to go lower, I myself am going to be buying more, but I want to find the bottom, and it still keeps going down. So it's hard to say that this is the bottom, even though they're growing. I just don't know if they have what it takes to get the stock turned around right now. And that's something that as an investor, we have to think about taking advantage of. The question is, how low is it going to go? Zenabis has launched Re-Up, Zenabis high-value, low-cost cannabis brand. Under a Re-Up brand, Zenabis expects to provide various cannabis products to consumers at a competitive price. I like that. That's what consumers want. Damn, that's hot. Damn, that was hot. God damn. That shit was hot. Yo, what's going on? So I want to say what's up to some of you guys reading this news. What do you guys think? Zenabis just keeps getting bigger. Zenabis just keeps getting better, but the stock keeps going down. So what's up, Kenny Green? Rich, they are doing all the right things, Zenabis. I know, but the stock keeps going down. They're not doing the right things with the stock. That's for sure. Dylan Fraser says, what's up? Yo, what's up, Dylan? Five Fingers says, full alert. Ross Fleming says, what's up, Rich? How you doing, Ross? Cody says, sup, Rich. Infinite Possibilities says, just bought 1,000 shares the other day. Yeah, man, this market's nuts, man. CanTrust gets their license suspended, the stock goes down, and then the next day it goes up slightly. But it's just crazy that it went up. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It went down early, and then it went up at the end of the day. Interesting. And the Fed did a rate cut, and that might have had something to do with it. Who knows? Lil says, evening all. How you doing, Ills? Five Finger Limited says, bye, bye, bye. Hey, you know what? I kind of say the same thing, bye, bye, bye. But you know what? I'm not a licensed advisor. Always do your due diligence. Always do your research before you invest in anything that we talk about here on Rich TV Live. Always invest in the best. The best is blessed. You should invest in the best because you deserve it. You do. At the end of the day, you deserve to invest in the best. So why not invest in the best? What is the best? Amazon, Facebook, Tesla, Shopify, Costco, Visa, American Express, MasterCard, Canopy Growth. You know, we can give you a list and we'll go through it over and over every day. Dylan says, start red and green. Yeah, it was an interesting day. Sergeant Rockner says 99 cents. Yep, ZENA at 99 cents, but just keeps getting better. Revenues just keep growing, but the stock keeps going down. Something's going to have to give eventually. Alex says, what up, Big Daddy? Best gold picks. Looking to prep in case of recession. Thoughts? Oh, man, I would stick with the big gold stocks. Barrick Gold, Nova Gold, companies like that. Those are the companies you need to stick to. But, we can definitely focus on some gold stocks. But right now, I'm just so deep into the cannabis stocks. I just love the cannabis stocks. Nothing else has more news. Nothing else has more entertainment. Nothing else has more scandal than the cannabis sector. So at the end of the day, it's crazy, but, I love it. That's all I got to say. It's crazy, but I love it. Cody says, you're not wrong, Rich. I don't think I'm wrong, but you know what? Right now, it's definitely going down. So we have to be careful. Infinite Possibility says Zenabis will explode. Five Finger Limited says it's down. Yeah, it's definitely down. Five Finger Limited says it's down. Yeah. Ross Fleming says it's Ricky, man. Yeah, man. Well, we know he's just dumping his shares, but they have to have a plan for that. They should have a plan for that. Buy his shares. Just buy his shares. Do a swap in the open market. Buy his shares. Maybe there's something going on we don't know. At the end of the day, I like to find great companies at low prices. If they're going to keep diluting the stock and get it down, then that's a buying opportunity while the company continues to grow. Eventually, it will get on a senior exchange and they'll grow. They will. 1 year, where will it be? You know what? Honestly, I have no idea where it's going to be in a year at this point. There's so much volatility in the markets. This market is so crazy. It's hard to predict, man. It's hard to tell right now. Things could change really quickly tomorrow. The market can change in an instant. All it takes is like the Feds to do like a rate cut. That's all it takes. And the market can turn around. That's all it takes. Chris Deering says ACB Green 2, not much though. Yeah, hey, it might be a start though. It might be a start. That's all we need. We need just like a little flame, just a little flame of hope. And sometimes that could ignite into like an entire wildfire. That's all we need. Infinite Possibility says no recession, big scam. Lil says recession is fake news. I think globally there's a lot of problems, but I think America and Canada are very strong. Dylan says people talking themselves into a recession. Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. Infinite Possibility says the elite are trying to scare us. Franca says we should have been buying Balance. Yeah, well, that's why I dropped a video on Balance. Told you guys, Balance becomes the first third-party extraction company ever to do a deal with Shoppers Drug Mart. I just dropped the news. They're up 9%. They've actually been up over 260% this year. Similarly to MediPharm Labs, they both exploded, two extraction companies, and Balance has been one that I haven't talked about a lot. I finally did a video today. They had some huge news, so take a look at that video. Captain Gaming is saying Toronto. Infinite Possibilities saying Calgary, yo. Yo, man, I'm from Toronto and I live in Van City, have another home in Portugal and another home in the Dominican Republic. And I want to have homes in all the top countries in the world, man, and do videos and do shows and talk to CEOs and athletes and celebrities and great minds and subscribers all over the world, man. That's what I want to do. Sergeant Rockner says Horizon ETF plus Zenabis 50-50. Hey, man, I think everybody needs to position themselves in the greatest companies. Do your research. Think about why you're investing in that company and try to get it at the bottom. Okay, if you see something going down, don't chase it. Wait till it hits the bottom because I don't want to see anybody get hurt because this thing's been going down aggressively. So be careful. Alex says, just seeing lots and lots pretty well respected investors saying could be as bad as Great Depression. Parallel things happening. Just tired of seeing red and can't handle much more of this. Where are you seeing the red? The markets are like at all-time highs. I don't see why you're panicking. Stock markets are like all-time highs. Kenny Green says, Rich, Zenabis will soon take off like a 747. I hope so, man. You know I'm hoping for that, man. I'm their biggest cheerleader. Jean Leger says, do you understand what's happening with Tilt? I just know that they're undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed. They have issues. That's why the stock is going down. The market is all knowing. So if a stock is going down, there's a reason. Franco says, ZENA, a big buy. Yeah, it always seems to pop up after it goes under $1. Will it pop up again? That's the $1 million question. John Hughes says, I bought 200 shares this morning. Hope you win, big. Hope you win, big brother. Five Finger Limited says, bought 20 cents US Halo Labs, 5,000 shares. Hope you win, big brother. Franco says, everyone is killing shareholders. John Hughes says, bought 350 shares of ACB at $6.95. Now you're talking, brother. You getting that giant on the cheap, on the low. Five Finger Limited says, don't panic. Yeah, I think I have a song for that. Is there a song? Like, there's a very good chance, like, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I may be wrong. There's a chance that I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I don't think that I'm going to be wrong on this one. I really don't think I'm going to be wrong on this one. I mean, like, if the numbers were going down every month, I would understand, but the numbers are going up. And like, I'm a simple math guy, but when things are going up quarter over quarter, and companies are making more and more revenue, and they have a chance to grow by like 2,000 kgs. They're doing 2,000 kgs. So over a year, that's 24,000 kgs. They have the ability to go to 143,000. Then they have the ability to scale that up to almost 500,000 kgs. That means that they're going to be able to do like 250 times more than what they're going to do this month or last month in August. I don't know, man. Smells like a winner, man, but the stock clearly sucks. It keeps going down, but the company behind it is damn good. But the stock right now just sucks. Straight up. Like, they need to like get their shit together. Do something for your shareholders. You know what I mean? Can't just let it keep going down. Like, let's turn this thing around. Let's turn the ship around, Man, we don't want to panic, but come on, Zenabis. Man. Come on, Zenabis. It's got to be something you guys can do. Isn't there something? Don't panic, guys.
don't manage. Looking at all the candles, it's a ride and we off the handles. It's the heat, cause we bringing all the kitchens out. Oven mitts for little kids, what you bitching about? Pockets when they tingling, money stay mingling. I'm just getting started, yeah, I'm trying to get the swing of things. You love the green, but you hate the red. It's like you love the sex, but you hate the head. There's no difference, I finish all of your dinners. That mean I'm taking your place, it's no mistake that you all beginners. You miss me, rinse and repeat, it's Rich TV. You miss me, I'm the one, Jet Li. It's time that we get popping now. I ain't never stopping now. You would think I'm floating in the open way I cop a cloud. You should even shop around. You should buy a pair of boots. Hated is my stomping ground. This is how the market goes.
Round and round we go.
Where it stops, we just don't know. Don't panic, don't panic. Why you spend up all your dough?
Just sit back and watch the show.
Pray that you'll just strike some gold. Don't panic, don't panic. Market makers are heartbreakers, the star stages.
Market makers want your money.
You hard haters are all fakers. I mob like.
Don't give it to them.
I don't panic, I just mix it up like Shaka Khan. You stay tripping on his eyes like a soccer mom.
Smash that like button. Let's go.
I can tell your whole future looking at the devil's palm. You're too weak, bro. Cause you looking at it.
52-week low. That's what we need to look for. 52-week lows.
Put the limit in, stop it if you have to. This is mathematics for addicts to latch to. Rich TV Live, he a swell guy. He'll teach you how to
buy low, how to sell high.
Yeah, I get money.
Buying 52-week lows, baby.
You're looking at the real Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I get money because it's all sweet. You're looking at the real Wolf of Wall Street. This is how the market goes. It's round and round we go.
Thank you guys for the 30 likes.
We just don't know. Don't panic. Don't panic.
Never panic.
Why you spend up all your
Accumulate.
dough? Just sit back and
Accumulate.
watch the show. Pray that
Accumulate.
you'll strike some gold. Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Something has to be done about this. Mr. Attorney, this is what I pay you for. What can I do? Litigation it is. Okay. Quickly. ASAP. Quick.
Oh man, this sector's nuts, man. I made a lot of money in the sector, man. I made a lot of money in the sector. Just doing the opposite of everybody else. It's crazy. Rob Amar says, another 5,000 ZENA today. Have been to Langley. It's huge, and chatted with some of the staff who were happy employees. Happy employees are productive employees. Hey, man, it's nice to hear that, man. Yeah, I've been to the facilities. They're very impressive. I like the fact that they're extremely focused on quality and doing things legally and properly. They made that very clear to me. They were very, very concerned about me entering the premises. It wasn't even easy to get in there. So they're slow and steady wins the race type of company. I have no idea what the bottom is. I think it's our goal to find it. I'm not suggesting anybody buys it. It's been going down. So please don't just catch a falling knife. Let's try to figure where the bottom is. The last time it went down, it went to 93 cents. So then it bounced back up, had a little bit of a run. Now it's coming back down. They put this news out. So hopefully it bounces back up tomorrow, but honestly don't know. I hope it goes back up. Obviously I am a shareholder. I have 26,000 shares. I don't want it to go down, but I am going to be buying more. I'm just trying to find the bottom. And last time I seen the bottom was 93. So let's see how low it goes. Lorenzo says, what's up, Rich? I love the night streams, bro. Hey, man, I'm on the West Coast, man. It ain't even nighttime for me. 7 o'clock. It's prime time. It's prime time. Prime time on Rich TV Live. Join the party. Let's go. Michael York says, come on, Zenabis, join up and merge with Aurora. Man, if they keep going down, they're going to be definitely merging with somebody because they definitely are struggling with the stock because the stock is just not. It's not flowing the way I would like to see it flow, that's for sure. Especially considering I've seen it go as high as 685, and now it's just tumbling down, even though it's making more revenue than it did when it was at 685. That's what goes to show that this entire market, there is no real fundamentals to it. It's a trend-based market. If the trend's down, everything's down. If the trend's up, everything is up. It's just the way it goes. Quietly and secretly, Valens Growworks has been going up. Canopy Growth has been going up recently. Some companies have been going up. Bill's had a nice day. You're going to see companies have nice days, but overall, the sector is still not very strong yet. beaten down for 5 months. This is the 6th month, and it's between going whether or not it's going to go up or down this month. So far, it started green in the first week of September. Then the second week of September was red. Then the first 2 days of September were red. And then today we've seen green in Canada, but we saw red in the US. So it's just like a mixed bag. This thing's a mixed bag. 70 people here, 35 likes. I like the percentage, 50%, but let's get it to 100%. Smash that like. Who else is live streaming late night other than your boy talking about Zenabis? Stock that keeps getting better even though the stock keeps going down. We're going to talk about it. Eventually, we're going to find the bottom. I have no idea where it is, but we'll find it. Robert says, remember that the ex-CEO has around 22 million shares and is selling it all Zenabis, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, and eventually those shares will be ours. That's the way I look at it. You know, his 22 million shares will be ours. And there's only 200 million. And these guys are going to be huge. So eventually the revenues will get into the billions. They'll be extremely profitable. And I see a company that is highly undervalued, underappreciated, and underexposed. And I'm going to still be here at the party, buying the stock. And at some point, I know it's going to go to $5 and it's going to go to $10 and it'll probably go to $20 and $30 and $50 and $100. But these are the early days. These are the early days. Zenabis is in its 9th month of business. 9th month. Okay. So one day they could be the next Amazon, but Amazon did not become Amazon in 9 months. It's taken decades. These cannabis companies, the market is all knowing. So every single variable that you could imagine is priced into the market. When a stock is eventually so undervalued that it has to go up, it will. It will. The market makers will make sure it does. Or it'll be acquired because they'll just give up. They'll essentially give up. Say, okay, well, we don't understand the market side of things. So we're a good business. We can't do anything in the market, clearly. We've given up this fight. So let's sell out to somebody else and make it their problem because they can make their stock move. That's essentially what it is. And a lot of people don't understand. You can have a great private business, but if you don't know how to run a public company and you don't know how to make sure that that public company is moving in the right direction, you might as well not be public. You might as well be private because you'll be a massive failure. You'll just take a bunch of people's money and people will hate you. Why would you do that? Johnny says, they've been on my watch list for a while now, still haven't pulled the trigger, can't figure out where's the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it's very scary right now with Zenabis. It just keeps going down. It's really crazy. Cannabis stock news today says Zenabis grows some high quality sativas. Yeah, I've heard some good news and I've heard some people that like their product. So, I mean, that's a good sign. Sergeant Rockner says, have 1,000 shares. We'll buy 1,000 more tomorrow. Wow. Hope you win big. Sergeant Rockner says, buy value. I agree, man, but man, it's going down all the time. Infinite Possibility says, I think Zenabis will not go any lower. I hope you're right, man. It's crazy. Rob Amar says, contrarian is the way to go. Go against the grain to look for opportunities. Man, that's always been the way I've done it, man. Always. Eventually, it pays off because these stocks can shoot up like you've never seen. And that's when we win big. When everybody else stops looking. That's when you have to look the most. It's one thing I've definitely learned. Cannabis stock news today says the photos of Zenabis flower strains on the OCS and BCLDB online stores are very pretty, folks. Yeah, I think that they're doing the right things. They got the right partnerships. They're working with Shoppers Drug Mart. They're working with Tilray. You're going to be a giant, man. Tom Pop says, bought ZENA at $1 first position. Hope you win big, my friend. Five Finger Limited says, I am in Crescent City, California. Great products everywhere. Yeah, man. I'd love for you to let me know what the products are. what the best companies are in Cali. Franco says, when will weed market turn around? Bad news keeps coming out on vaping and deaths. That is not helping the market. I agree. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Five Finger Limited says, seen some beautiful outdoor grow. Interesting. Dale says, Aurora should consider a merger with them. Hey, man, I own both, so I'd be happy with that. I'm down with that. Wayne says, ZENA now going to sell in Ontario cannabis store. Missing piece of the puzzle. Hey, man, they're only going to get bigger, man. So, yeah, I think that they're going to be a giant. Wayne says, so much potential. I love it. Me too, man. Absolutely love it. Thank you guys for the 39 likes. 70 people here. Can we actually hit 100 likes on this stream? Let's go. Thank you guys for the 40 likes now. Thank you. Cannabis stock news today says Zenabis, SPRWF, and EMHTF all deserve to go up. I think I agree with you. Infinite Possibility says they need time to make profits in Ontario. Shane says, hey, Rich, just wanted to wish you all the best, bro. Keep up the good job. Thanks, Shane. How you doing, brother? You too, man. Cannabis stock news today says it would be cool if the entire stock market crashes except for weed stocks. I don't think the stock market's going to crash. As long as America keeps growing, the stock market will keep growing. Jimmy says weed and hip with ZENA. One of these companies are going to make a move to buy. Yeah, I think someone's going to definitely do something. Franco says one article came out and said one stock you just need to be rich, and it was ACB. But it's not looking that way. Everything is going down. I agree. I think ACB is going to make a lot of people rich. Robert says, on my last $7,000 cash, just waiting now. Hey, man, just be patient and wait for your price. Wait for your price like you're fishing, you know? Just got to wait like you're hunting. You're hunting your prey and you're just waiting for the right time. And there's been trades where I've made that were just perfect because I waited and I was patient. And there's times where I was impatient. I went in big in mid-July. I took a big risk and, I'm paying for it right now. I'm just sitting here waiting. Haven't bought anything since. And it's been 2 months. I'm just chilling. But, it sucks when stocks go down. It's part of the game. So I'm in the trenches with you guys, man. I have a lot of other assets too. But, I have a fund that I use that I play just with cannabis stocks. And I play with big board stocks and real estate and cryptocurrencies. And I have a lot of different investments I do. And man, the cannabis stocks, my goodness, they've been getting beat down for 5.5 months. And this month could be the turning point. We just need a glimmer of hope. We just need 1 month of green to turn this around. Could this be the month? We still have a chance to have a green month. I still believe we have a chance to have a green month. Tomorrow is going to be a very important day. Very important day. Hopefully we can see a big green day tomorrow. That would be fantastic. Infinite Possibility says they might get bought out by Tilray. It's a possibility. Drew D says, what MSO Bruce going to, bro? Got cash waiting. Yeah, well, the ones that he's announced that I know of are BTTR, which is a pet CBD company, and Slang, SLNG. He also mentioned Gage. Thank you, Dylan. And I think MMI, if I'm not mistaken. I know I got them all written down. I just don't know them all by heart. Infinite Possibility says, smoking a big bowl, Rich. Enjoy, my friend. Enjoy. Smoke responsibly. Make sure you always have munchies and make sure you have a drink. Dylan Fraser says, Bruce going to Gage. And Bruce is involved in Slang. Yeah, he invested $3 million in Slang. And was it Gage? There was another company. Collectively, I think it was $3 million. Alex says, I appreciate your responses, brother. Thanks. Hey, man, my pleasure, man. Thank you for your questions. Peter says, what's up, Rich? Anyone know what Bruce is going to do? Yeah, I think we just talked about it. Franco says, Rich, how do you make your wealth? Real estate, stocks, or both? If you have a job or always self-employed, God bless, bro. Hey, man, I make my money doing everything, man. I do it all. You guys don't know, man. Stocks, real estate, cryptocurrencies, all kinds of just ways, and about 7 to 8 different revenue streams. And I want to make money when I sleep. And, Rich is my name. So, yeah, I've always made a lot of money. I made my first million when I was 25. So I've made a lot of money since I was young. I've made millions of dollars. I've also spent millions of dollars. So I've made a lot of bad mistakes and I've made some really good decisions, and I've enjoyed my life along the way and I've accumulated a lot of assets and I've done a lot of different things. So I've definitely lived and I've actually accumulated more success and wealth in my life than I ever dreamed of, to be quite honest with you. And I truly believe that it's just getting started. I feel like I've learned a lot along the way. I started running my own business when I was 21. Now I'm 41. I've had 20 years of running my own business, and now Rich TV Live is a whole nother animal. It's a whole nother animal, man. It's a whole nother animal. What's up, Levon? Marco Lorez says, what's up, Rich? How you doing, Marco? Peter says, smash that like for awesome community for our boy Rich, man. Thank you guys. I hope you guys join our Telegram where we talk about stocks like 24/7. Love to see you guys there. I think we got like 845 members or something like that. And it's just, man, it's like 1,000 to 10,000 messages a day. It's crazy in there. It's crazy in there. Levon says, I got some Harv for $6. I like Harv. They've said that they could be making potentially $1 billion in revenue soon. So that's pretty crazy. Dylan says, take 5 play song so I can go smoke a bowl. V Rolo says, thanks, Rich, for bringing us the news. We appreciate you sharing your knowledge. Hey, man, my pleasure. I think Zenabis has a lot of good things happening for them. Unfortunately, the stock is not one of them. The stock has been going down, but a company that keeps going up as far as the underlying business and the stock that keeps going down could be an amazing buying opportunity for us at some point. I just don't know what the price is. So far, 93 cents is the lowest, but you never know. There's an ex-CEO that has a lot of shares that's selling. And if he wants to sell his shares and knock the price down, he can do that. And the market makers that have those shares on their desk, they know that. They know that. So it's a problem. It's a big problem. And I didn't know he was selling before I bought my last position. Had I known, I would have waited. Levon says, sticking to Harv and Cura, maybe an extraction play. Take a look at Valen's Grow Works. They're a beast. Drew D says, I know he's working with Gage, but he's going to work with another MSO. Yeah, I think he's going to work with a lot of companies. Jimmy says, I feel weed is going to buy ZENA and HIP. Might be wrong, but I think it's going to happen. Something is brewing. Yeah, definitely something's brewing. 5 Finger Limited says, don't panic. Bye, bye, bye. I agree. Drew D says, yeah, I like Cura a lot. Internet Thug TV says, it's time to buy Choom, 38 cents. Dirt cheap, man. Johnny Pumpkin says, Zenabis 6 cents USD. Think I'll put in a bid at 60 cents. Hey, man, I hope you guys get your stocks at whatever price you want to get your stocks. The lower, the better. The lower, the better. Franco says, ACB said that they would have had positive earnings if Canada allowed more stores to open. They would have sold a lot more weed for a profit. What do you think of that? I think it's very possible. A lot of people in Canada have been complaining about Health Canada. So I think that's a very big possibility. Bob says, hey guys, keep watch on David's Tea. I mentioned them back at 140s. They will be sold. They will be solid long swing for next year. Thank you for your pick. Wayne says, consider the like button smashed. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for the 50 likes, man. Really appreciate you guys. Wayne says, Kenny Green says, more likes for Big Rich. Thanks, Kenny. Elad Davidi says, Rich the Rain Man. How you doing, Elad? Lorenzo says, just sit back and watch the show. And buy low. Dylan Fraser says, cough, cough, smoke some Duke Nukem G's. Cannabis Stocks News Today says, hey, Rich, have you tried any of the strains they sell up there? Hey, man, I don't even touch the LP stuff, man. I haven't even touched this LP stuff. There's not even anywhere to be found here in Canada, in Vancouver. I don't see it. What LP stuff? Podhead says, Rich, if there is a recession, everybody is welcome over to my house. I have 2 illegal grow rooms and a local Walmart with all the Cheetos. Whew. Sweet. Thanks for the invite, bro. Where do you live? Like which city? Are you in California? Miami? New York? That's where I want to be, man. Five Finger Limited says, don't panic. Cannabis Stock News Today says, right on, Podhead. Everybody wants to come to Podhead's house. Matt says, ZENA is a 5-year plus pick for me. I'll adjust as things go, but for now, I have nothing but high expectations for them. Yeah, I mean, they seem to be doing all the right things except for bringing the stock price up and creating shareholder equity and shareholder value. I like what they're doing with the underlying business. I'd like to see the stock price do better. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Mind you, the stock price going down is a buying opportunity. So I will be looking to buy more shares at the lower levels. Lucky Lefty says, life is better, ZENA. Dylan Fraser says, bills. Dollar bills, y'all. Yeah, man, Dan Balzerian's a beast, man. I told you guys when I was on the beach. It's got a tight float. He's a very rich guy, very powerful, very influential. I think that it's going to have a future. John Hughes says, Rich, where do you predict ZENA to be in the mid-October? Man, I have no idea where ZENA is going to be right now, man. The way ZENA's going, it's just been a nightmare. The price just keeps going down. Short term, I have no idea where the stock is going. Long term, I say it's going to go to, like $5, $10 in the next couple of years, but it could happen sooner. That's what I think. Short term, it could go down more. Clearly, it's been going down, right? Everybody knows that the ex-CEO is selling shares. Lucky Lefty says, life is better when you own ZENA. Oh, man. Dylan Fraser says, LOL, was just typing that. Cannabis Stocks News Today says, we're losing hope, Rich. Yeah, never lose hope, man. Never lose hope. Never. Never. Never lose hope. That's the last thing you should ever lose. Always have hope. Always hold on to hope. Always hold on to hope. Peter B says, is Bruce advisor at Canopy now? No. Michael York says, all the institutional short sellers beat all the stocks down, then come in at the lows and buy it all up after they tell everybody else to sell. Yep. They want your shares. That's why you can't give it to them. Five Finger Limited says, look at Ianthus getting crushed for 2 months. They're not the only ones. Habs Slayer says, hey, Rich, what's up? Well, today, Valens Growworks was up. They had a really nice day. And there's actually quite a lot of stocks that were up today. It was a nice green day today. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see. Five Finger Limited says there is no fundamentals. The fundamentals are coming, but these prices have everything baked into them. And the market makers are determining where these stocks should trade. And there's a reason why Zenabis is trading at 99 cents, and there's a reason why Canopy Growth is trading at $38. Eventually, if Zenabis has more revenue and more profit than Canopy Growth, you would assume that their price would catch up to Canopy Growth because they actually have less shares issued and outstanding than Canopy Growth. What they don't have behind them is a $1 billion partner. Maybe they need that $1 billion partner. Let's get that $1 billion partner, shoot this bad boy up to $20, and the whole community's rich. That's all it takes. $1 billion partner to take a look at Zenabis and go, I like these guys. This should be my cannabis company. I'm going to buy them now and partner up with this bad boy and take this bad boy to $20, just like they did with Kronos Group, just like they did with Canopy Growth. Why can't they do it with Zenabis? Zenabis has less shares than Canopy Growth. Zenabis has just as much growing potential than Canopy Growth does in one country, than Canopy Growth does in all their countries combined. Zenabis is up there with Canopy Growth and Aurora Cannabis. And Zenabis is international. And Zenabis is working with Tilray. And Tilray is international. And Zenabis works with the government. They've received government grants. Who else has received government grants? Anybody? Anybody? Kenny Green says, Rich, do you think Ricky will sell all of his shares? I think he will. He's been selling them. So I think it's clear that he will. Franco says, I'm buying more ACB tomorrow. It's a gift at these prices. I agree. If you look at the chart, you'll see that Aurora is approaching the lowest it's been over the last, couple years. And when I started talking about Aurora, it was at $1. So it's still way up, but it's getting back to those lower levels that it's just like too good to be true. Jones Management 100 says, I pray every day that Zenabis gets bought or merges with Aurora. Hey, man, I own them both. Five Finger Limited says, have some edibles and drink a Bud Light. Crescent City, California. I feel great. Don't panic. Yeah, there's no need to panic, man. This industry is just a baby. Zenabis is a baby, 9 months old. It's struggling on its own. It needs that $1 billion partner. If you're a billionaire and you're watching, can you buy Zenabis? Become like a 49%, 50% partner, take the stock up to like 10, $20. It would be great. It would be fantastic. Why not? Scott Norris says, if Zenabis is below $1, buying another 5,000 shares, why not a gift? I agree, man. The lowest we've seen it is 93 cents. So if it goes back down to 93 cents or lower, that's the lowest we've ever seen it. Five Finger Limited says, Tilray will buy Zenabis. That would be sweet. I wouldn't mind having shares of Tilray. Tom Pop says, ZENA plant and property worth $200 million. Market cap is $201 million. Yeah, man, this thing is just very undervalued, underappreciated, and underexposed. Nuka says, great Zenabis meeting here. Yeah, they have big news. They got big news. And, someone has to tell their story. The most undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed cannabis company in the world, in my opinion, is Zenabis. Because I've been to their facilities. I've seen their facilities with my own eyes. I've seen their management. I've seen what they're doing, and they're slow and steady wins the race type of company, and I'm okay with that. Fish X Ball Z asks 5K on ACB or ZENA. Oh man, you guys ask tough questions. I own them both, guys. I'd say 2,500 in each. Why not just put 2,500 in each? Cannabis Stock News today says, while you're waiting, it helps to smoke lots of weed. I think a lot of people do. I think there's a lot of cannabis stock enthusiasts out there. And you guys know that I'm the largest. I've been doing this for 2.5 years, guys. I'm a real investor, okay? I put up real money, big money into the cannabis sector, and I'm going to continue to. And I'm very excited because our website is about to go in the top 1 million websites in the world. And we work really hard to do that. So go to richtvlive.com. We now have our CBDs on Amazon. I mean, we're just getting started. It's hard to keep track with all of it, guys. I've already achieved everything I ever dreamed of achieving in my life and then some. This is all gravy, man. This is amazing. What's going on here? We're in the midst of a revolution. Do you honestly think that they're going to let the stocks go up just because you want them to? Just be a little bit patient. It's going to go up. Believe me, they're going to go up. Even CanTrust today, after getting their license suspended, went up. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? Cannabis stock news today says, I'm super poor thanks to cannabis stocks. Man, I'm super rich thanks to cannabis stocks. I'm playing with house money, man. Straight up. I'm playing with house money. So I don't know what to say, man, because these stocks are up. These stocks are up, man. They just not up in the last 6 months, but they still up. Nudica says fish maybe go half-half. Fish X Ballsy says thanks, nut. John Hughes says cannabis stocks news today. Franco says, wow, good for you, bro. Dan the IT guy says, damn rich, nice mic. Hey man, thanks, bro. Nudica says, Motley Fool on the ZENA bandwagon. You know they watching Rich TV. You know they all watching Rich TV. They all kind of coming in, trying to see what's up. What's he gonna say next? Multiple says Matthews with 2 Genos tonight. I have no idea what you mean by that. Confused. John Hughes says, does anyone else here can't join the Rich TV Live Telegram group? Yeah, I have no idea why you'd have problems joining. Marshall Mullen says, hey, brother. How you doing, brother? Cannabis stock news today says, has anyone heard of any companies creating goods from hemp like paper or cloth? It's a good question. I got to do some research. Marshall Mullen says, Zoomaway buy still not filled. Interesting. I haven't even looked at them over the last couple of days. Cannabis stock news today says, don't they have retail stores in Vancouver, BC? They're closing down all the illegal ones, and I think they're starting to set them up, but I don't really see too many around yet. Shane MJ says, Rich, what's a challenging past couple of months it's been so far? I'm losing my shirt, man. Shorts own the cannabis sector. Yeah, they do, because the cannabis sector is so new and all the investors will panic, and the shorts know that, and the market makers know that. So the people that make all the big decisions, they decided they wanted to take everything down. At some point, they're going to buy it all up. And at that point in time, you're going to see an epic resurrection. And that's when all the people that are patient are just going to be laughing. Until then, it's a bear market for the cannabis sector. Even though the rest of the world, the rest of the broader markets are at all-time highs. The cannabis sector's been going down. Manipulation. John Hughes says, Shane, MJ, it's been tough being in the sector for the past 6 months. It has. It definitely has. But been doing this for 2.5 years, and I've seen this over and over, and I've also seen the high times over and over. So right now we're seeing a low time. Pretty sure after a low time, you have a high time. So at some point, it's going to turn around. Mr. Jordan, uranium, October will be huge. Dylan Fraser says, Calgary opening 200 more cannabis stores. Wow, that's a lot. That's big. Cannabis stock news today says the stocks look great if you zoom out, but they look very bad if you zoom in. Exactly. Which is why you have to zoom out, because you have to realize that over the long haul, they're still all up. They're still all up. And some of them are down. And those are buying opportunities. Ramdat says, just notice DYME took a beating and are halted. Yeah, they've been just getting annihilated. Dylan Fraser says, Bill Burr, is that you? I loved your new special on Netflix, Paper Tiger. Cannabis stock news today says, Bill Burr, get high and type something dumb. Shane MJ says, John Hughes, true, almost down 35%. on realized plus unrealized losses so far. Yeah, that's pretty standard. Harmon Brother says, bought ZENA worth 5,000 at 102, thinking to buy more ACB worth 10K. ACB is giving trouble at this time. Looking 1 year from now, where do you expect ACB at? I think this sector is very volatile, and you can expect ACB within the next year to go to 13 to 15. And I think that you'll see it probably go back down to these levels again, because that's just what it does. You know, when it was at 13 to 15 earlier this year, I never thought we'd see it again at $6. And then here we are. So it just keeps coming back down, and then it goes back up, then it comes back down, and then it goes back up. And that's the way the sector's been. So I can only assume it's going to continue to do what it's done, but you never know. You never know what the future holds. Yvonne Diesel says HIP is already with Hexo. How could weed buy HIP? Yeah, we know that weed can't buy HIP. Lucky Lefty says the green rush is coming. Oh, it's coming. We know. We know it's coming, and it's going to be epic. And we're going to be here every step of the way. BW says ZENA CEO said his beverages will have both a rapid onset, but also a predicted offset. Only company that I know that has the technology to have a predicted offset is Sproutly. Possible merger? Anything is possible, man. CR says, here is my pick, guys. Link. Link is your pick? Okay. We'll take a look at your pick. Hi Huang says Bill's gonna hit 250. It's got a very tight float. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Thank you guys for the 60 likes. Our goal is 100. You think you guys we can hit 100? Late night streaming with Rich TV Live? Hi Huang says we'll buy ZENA before 90 cents. Nudica says Diego will partner with ZENA. You heard it here first. Whoo! That would be big. That would be big. Cannabis Stocks News Today says investing in ACB is basically like voting against legalizing it in the United States. If you connect the dots, folks, they barely have operations in the US. Nelson Peltz supporting George Bush. Investing in ACB is basically like voting against legalizing it in the United States. It's a very weird comment. It's a little bit of a weird comment, bro. I don't understand that comment. It doesn't make a lot of sense. What you're saying makes absolutely no sense. I'm going to have to disagree with you there. Dylan Fraser says, oh shit, forgot about Diego. It's still in the picture. Wonder if Afria is still in the picture. It's a good question. Lucky Lefty says, MJNA sells hemp clothes, hempies. Yeah, but those guys got like 1 billion shares, man. Maybe more. Robin Hood Warrior says, good night, people. I'm going to smoke some drugs, then sleep. Those are legal drugs in Canada. They're legal. They are legal. John Hughes says, as Rich says, don't panic, people. Stay in your lane. Invest in the best. The best are blessed. The best will test 52-week highs. Lorenzo Kama says, I've been ready to buy F, but it's been halted for 2 days now. Yeah, I would be careful, man. I have no idea what's going on there, and they've been getting crushed. Podhead says, I almost choked on my joint watching Can't Trust go up this morning. That just goes to show you never know what's going to go up or down. South Central Pennsylvania. What's up? Cannabis Stock News Today says, we shouldn't be cutting down these trees anymore. Hemp is a renewable resource, folks. Oh my gosh. Rui Pinero says, I've been buying HDII, been making good greens on it, and more to come. Hey, man, I'm happy you're winning, bro. S. Long says, VGW released Shoppers News on Monday. Not sure why everyone seems to just be hearing about it now. I saw the news today. So I wasn't aware that was on Monday. Weird. John Hughes says, thank God Rich puts out these videos. This channel is like no other. We receive top-notch information here on a daily basis. And man, we just want to share the news and the information and have a public forum, an opportunity, and a community of people that can ask intelligent questions. Tom Pop says VGW Beverage News. Quinton Simmons says buy more Planet 13. Lorenzo Camus says yes, Planet 13. Lorenzo Camus says Cresco Labs also, they bought Reef Dispensary and Turk in Las Vegas, massive. Dylan Fraser says bahaha, troll alert. Bill Burr says it ain't so. Oh man. Scott says I'm looking to load up on acreage for CGC thing. Discount big time. Man, I'm just confused with what's going on here with Zenabis. It's doing all the right things. Zenabis has launched Re-Up, Zenabis high-value, low-cost cannabis brand. Under the Re-Up brand, Zenabis expects to provide various cannabis products to consumers at a competitive price. That, I think, is going to be an amazing product. Andrew Grieve, Chief Executive Officer of Zenabis, stated August output was more than 60% greater than any prior month. Love it. 60% greater than any prior month. Through to the end of October, we expect that the variety of cultivation approaches and rapidly scale up of the facility to result in significant room-by-room variance, after which we expect to achieve steady state yields for each cultivator at Zenabis Atholville. We expect general steady state operations in Atholville by December of 2019. In August 2019, Zenabis realized a total harvest weight of 1,996 kgs of dried cannabis. The amount harvested at Zenabis Atholville for the 3 months ending August 31st, 2019 exceeded the revised design capacity of the flower rooms by an average of 23.2%, compared to 7.2% in 3-month period from May 2019 through July 2019. A month-to-month comparison of actual harvest compared with harvest forecast based on revised design capacity between January 2019 and August 2019 for Zenabis Atholville is provided in the table below. So last month, okay, so I'm going to give you guys an idea of exactly how these guys have grown. Like, this is crazy. In January of 2019, the first month of existence after the RTO, Zenabis did 474 kgs. February, they did 480. March, they did 518. April, they did 809. May, they did 908. June, they did 756. July, they did 1,238. And August, they did 1,912 kgs. They have literally grown every single month after month after month. This is big. This is big. I love this growth. I love this growth. This growth is big. There's a lot of news here, man. Holy moly. I'm trying to digest all this news. Okay, so what they're forecasting for the remainder of 2019, and I mean, these are estimates, but they're beating their estimates. They were estimated to do 1,579 in August. They did 1,996. So we don't know what they're going to do in September, but they forecasted 1,700 for September, 3,700 for October, 5,100 for November, and then 4,200 for December. So it's weird. It goes down in December, maybe because of Christmas. I'm assuming they probably take 2 weeks off. That's probably why. So they're actually beating their design estimates. The timeline from harvest to the point at which Zenabis completes a sale of that product ranges from a minimum of 3 weeks in the case of a bulk sale to a licensed producer to more than 8 weeks in the case of soft gel capsules, which involve external extraction, processing, filling, packaging, and shipment. Zenabis recognizes the revenue from completion of such sales in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS, as issued by the International Accounting Standards Board. Construction and facility update, Zenabis Atholville. Now the construction is substantially complete at Zenabis Atholville. Zenabis is now focused on operational improvements to reduce operating costs, increasing packaging, automation, for example, and post-harvest processing. Zenabis is currently in the process of upgrading its extraction capacity at Zenabis Atholville to 55,200 kgs of extraction capacity using equipment being relocated from the Zenabis Delta extraction project. Whoa. Interesting. This upgrade is expected to be complete by November 2019 and will provide Zenabis with the capacity to fill vape cartridges at both Zenabis Delta and Zenabis Atholville. Oh, is this why they're going down? Because of their vapes? Because right now there's a war on vapes. And there's that word, vape cartridges. Interesting. At both Zenabis Delta and Zenabis Atholville, when as permitted under applicable laws. The table below provides outlines Zenabis revised extraction design capacity. So, extraction design capacity for Zenabis Atholville is 18,000 kgs and Zenabis Delta is 165,600 kgs. Wow. The new plan is for 55,200 kgs in Zenabis Atholville and 110,400 kgs at Zenabis Delta. So the new plan will actually be 165,600 kgs as opposed to the previous plan of 183,600 kgs. So they're actually planning on having less extraction in those two facilities than they previously thought they would have. And I'm fine with that because they're growing everywhere else. Zenabis is currently removing the original extraction machine from Zenabis Atholville and is determining the appropriate course of action for this machine, which has an annual extraction design capacity of 18,000 kgs. Okay, so that's the additional 18,000 kgs that's missing in this table. Okay, I understand. So that's the only reason why they're taking that out of the plan right now, because they're trying to figure out where to put it. Interesting. Zenabis Langley. The first phase of Zenabis Langley is now complete and licensed for cultivation activities. Zenabis Langley Site A Part 1. Zenabis is currently converting the second phase of the first 10 acres of Zenabis Langley, Zenabis Langley Site A Part 2 for reporting purposes. Zenabis has now split Part 2 into two phases, Part 2A and Part 2B. Site A is divided into 6 flower zones, which are similar to those in an indoor facility, but much larger in size. A summary of construction status by phase is provided below. Interesting. Wow, this is broken down. Zenabis Stellarton. On September 6, 2019, Zenabis received a cannabis processing license for Zenabis Stellarton. Zenabis commenced pre-roll production at Zenabis Stellarton during the week of September 9, 2019. Zenabis' current pre-roll production capacity at Zenabis Stellarton is estimated at 400 kgs of pre-rolls per month. It's a lot of pre-rolls. Holy moly. Zenabis intends to achieve output of 1,200 kgs of pre-rolls per month at Zenabis Stellarton by November 2019, subject to market demand for pre-rolls. Wow, that is a hell of a lot of pre-rolls. That's a hell of a lot of pre-rolls. Zenabis Delta. Zenabis is currently in the process of constructing extraction and post-processing capacity, a product development lab, a formulation design lab, and a full ISO certified analytical testing lab at Zenabis Delta. This construction project is expected to be complete by the fourth quarter of 2019. These guys are getting ready to do some serious business, man. A product development lab, a formulation design lab, and a full ISO certified analytical testing lab at Zenabis Delta. So that's going to be like the testing facility. And Langley will be like the growing facility. Licensing update. Zenabis is currently in the process of various licensing activities for Zenabis Delta, Zenabis Atholville, Zenabis Langley, and ZenCraft Grow program as outlined in the table below. So they're looking to get Zenabis Delta analytical testing. They submitted it June 2019. ZenCraft Grower 1. Submission month was July 2019 for 350 kgs. Zenabis Atholville Phase 2C Part 2, August 2019. It was submitted last month for 3,000 kgs. Zenabis Langley Site A Part 2A submitted this month for 39,400 kgs. And Zenabis Langley Site A Part 2B for 46,800 kgs. So there's still lots of licenses coming. And the last one's going to be submitted in November. Zenabis is currently using Zenabis Pitt Meadows, Zenabis Aldergrove, and Zenabis Langley for our propagation and floral business, as well as hemp cultivation activities. All hemp cultivation at Zenabis Aldergrove that uses greenhouse space is in space currently not being used by the propagation and floral business. As a result, this will not have a negative impact on Zenabis propagation and floral business. Hemp cultivation will neither interfere with the planned cannabis cultivation activities at Zenabis Langley, nor will it reduce the cannabis cultivation design capacity of Zenabis Langley. That's great news. I love that. There's two businesses. They've got the plant propagation business and they got the cannabis business, baby. And they're going to be doing CBDs and they're doing hemp cultivation and they're doing extraction. They're doing everything. And they're doing pre-rolls. Launch of Re-Up. Re-Up, Zenabis' latest recreational brand, has been launched with the aim of providing consumers across Canada with various cannabis products that were created under the concept of no waste, no fuss, no compromise. Re-Up containers and labels have been chosen to minimize the use of inks and dyes and to be easily recyclable. Available in pre-roll and dried flower formats. Re-Up products will be available for purchase in New Brunswick and Saskatchewan by the end of October, with several other provinces to follow in Q4 2019. Wow. Some crazy news, man. Such a big giant, but they keep going down. I don't know what to say about that, man. I just think it's undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed. I can't control the market. All I know is if you find a great company and it's really, really cheap, then to me, that's a great buying opportunity. I just don't know what the bottom is. About Zenabis. Zenabis is a significant Canadian licensed cannabis cultivator of medical and recreational cannabis and a propagator and cultivator of floral and vegetable products. Zenabis employs staff coast to coast across facilities in Atholville, New Brunswick, Delta, Aldergrove, Pitt Meadows, and Langley, British Columbia, and Stellarton, Nova Scotia. In addition to gaining technologically advanced knowledge of plant propagation, the recent addition of state-of-the-art greenhouses in Langley, Pitt Meadows, and Aldergrove provides Zenabis with 3.5 million square feet of facility space that can, if fully converted, be dedicated to cannabis production. If all facility space at Zenabis Atholville, Zenabis Stellarton, and Zenabis Langley is fully converted and dedicated to production, Zenabis will own and have access to 635,000 square feet of high quality indoor cannabis production space, as well as 2.1 million square feet of greenhouse cannabis production space at its Langley facility, which I've physically seen myself and made videos of. With this production strategically positioned on Canada's coasts, Zenabis expects these facilities to have an annual design capacity of 143,200 kgs of dried cannabis under its existing capital plan. These facilities, if fully built out and converted for cannabis production, would have an annual design capacity to yield approximately 490,800 kgs of dried cannabis annually for both national and international market distribution. An additional 700,000 square feet of greenhouse space will be used to continue the existing propagation business and produce industrial hemp, and can be converted to cannabis production at such a time that is beneficial to the strategic position of the company. The Zenabis brand name is used in the cannabis medical market, while the Namaste and Bladery brand names are used in the cannabis adult use recreational market. And the True Buck brand name is used for Zenabis kombucha products. There's the news, the big news from Zenabis today. The stock keeps going down, even though the company keeps getting better. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I just think that these guys are underappreciated and undervalued. Oh man, you guys' messages here. Scott says, I'm looking to load up on acreage for the CGC thing. Discount big time. Yeah, well, we need cannabis to legalize in America. Cannabis Stocks News today says Cresco is going to be the Walmart of weed. Cresco is going to be a giant. I agree. Nudica says Plus Products had huge news. I didn't see the news. Did they have a good day today? Re-up on ZENA, says Marco. Leon says had a limit buy on Cureleaf but missed it. Shane says, Rich, what do you think of Bev after your recent interview with the CEO? Do you have any shares? No, I don't have any shares, but I think the company has a lot of potential. Remember, they're not licensed yet. They're just getting started and they have no revenue. Podhead said, just for that comment, I'm going to cut 3 large down outside my house right now. Jones Management 100 says, Rich, if you have one American cannabis play, what would it be? True Leaf. Leon says, get out of here, Bill Burr. Cody Olson says, my number one channel on YouTube. Props to you, Rich. Let's get rich with Rich TV. Let's go, champ. John Hughes says, ZENA management seems focused on success. I agree. I just like to see the stock do better. John Hughes says, ZENA has massive potential, huge amounts of production capacity. Wow, enormous. That's the part that's just the mind-boggling part. Rui says, ZENA will be huge. It's like getting into Canopy in like 2016 when it was at $1. Cannabis Stock News today says their cultivation buildings are like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, except it's weed. It's crazy. It's like a world of weed, man. John Hughes says they usually run out of pre-rolls in weed stores in Toronto sometimes, so there is huge demand for pre-rolls. That's good to know. Cannabis Stock News today says, is Cresco Labs your 6th ranked cannabis stock for 2020? It's one of my top stocks. I like it. Elad Davidi says Namaste Technologies is a sleeping giant. I like Namaste. I've liked them since day one, but they've been beaten up. Tom Pop says, I like ZENA, has 25 million in revenues. It's bottoming. I'm going to call a double bottom at 93. Last chance to scoop some cheap shares, in my opinion. Paul Luke says, hey, Rich, GXXM is up 9,900% today. Yeah. Infinite Possibility says, peace, Rich, take care. Peace out, man. And Elad Davidi says, no need to grow any weed. Pineapple Express and Canmart, 55 million in the bank. Yeah, man. I like what I see there. Bays Major says, does most of the big wigs at ZENA have shares in ZENA? Yeah, of course. Why else would they be involved? Sluggo Sloan says, anybody else still holding Juju shares? I have a ton, but don't want to sell. Any light at the end of the tunnel? It's true. Man, Juju, there's so many better companies out there right now. So many better companies. Steven says, nice, what's up, everyone? Hey, Rich, what's up? Yo, what's up, Steven? Paul Luke says, yeah, I have 100K of Juju. I hope it turns around for you, man. Thank you guys for the 67 likes. We've been live for an hour and a half. I wanted to bring the Zenabis news. I thought we could get to 100 likes. It doesn't look we're going to be able to do 100 likes today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on that point. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to find a good song for you guys on the way out here. Thank you guys for the 70 likes. I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot. We out here on the west side. It's only 8 o'clock now, but we've been live for a long time. So I think I brought the news. We broke down all the Zenabis news. I don't really know what else to say. Zenabis to me is just the most undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed cannabis stock in the world, in my opinion. And there's a lot that are down, but Zenabis, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. Zenabis is the crazy one. It's a crazy one. It's a crazy one. We're going to go to Ill Kid Productions. We're going to find you guys a song. Don't you worry. Wow, thank you guys for the 76 likes. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to put this into the universe.
Cannabis stocks and CEO interviews.
I'm putting it in the universe.
By Rich TV Live.
Can we have a resurrection? Let it be green.
Haters and the trolls, they're trying to
let it be green.
They're lawyers, they're trying to put lawsuits on these companies. Meanwhile, what they're trying to do
I may be
is
wrong.
create a distraction so we don't take advantage of the cannabis stock resurrection.
But I doubt
That's
it.
really what's going on. That's the truth. This is your boy Rich, and I'm Mo.
A true investor in the cannabis sector. You only get these jackets when you're a cannabis stock enthusiast, a true investor in cannabis stocks. Since day one, I've been here. I love Labs and Balance. Love them. Giants. This is the time to buy, guys. Buy at the bottom. You don't want to be buying at the top. You want to be selling at the top.
Cannabis for you and me and all the nations. So all my brothers and all my sisters, go on and light it up. Go on and take it to the head when the times are tough. I know we buying in the red, that's the sign of luck. Don't panic, we gotta manage, the time is us. And I don't care for the lefts and all the market makers. But I swear they nuts, I call them salty haters. Big pharma trying to get in for a piece of it. Because they know the medication, we don't believe in it. I'm so happy it's over, all the prohibition. And now we here, it's Rich TV, the coalition. There's no locking or stopping because we on a mission. Teach the people they spreading lies, it's a contradiction. You want to make money, invest in the top cannabis stocks in Canada and the United States that are revenue generating. Invest in the best because the best is blessed. This is your boy Rich. We're out. Peace. You're not winning, you're not watching. This is a cannabis stock revolution. It's true. Get ready for the resurrection. I'm out. Peace. I'm talking Jordan Belfort. Let's open up scenarios. Over Wall Street, and I ain't talking about DiCaprio's. The man predicted markets. He knew it was going to explode. He knew it was making money, and he knew the crash of homes. Oh, yeah, these are the big boys. He also predicted the crash of bitcoins. That's a big short. Stop acting like a big dork. I'ma get this pie, no lie. I need a big fork. I I know about the tactics. The shortest making money off the people's back is horseshit. I'm telling you, take caution. Everything is so corporate. I'm trying to make enough money to give to all the poor kids. And that is what the herb is for. Helping people feed the poor. All we need is life, so stop thinking that all you need is more. And now we here, but our past, yeah, we can't forget. It's time to grow, and you know we getting out of debt. One day we gon' fly. We gon' make this money, we gon' live our life. Oh, we can all get high. I'ma spread my wings, I'ma feel alright. And one day we gon' fly. We gon' make this money, we gon' live our life. And we can all get high. I'ma spread my wings, I'ma feel alright. The real Wolf of Wall Street loves cannabis stocks. Jordan Belfort believes in cannabis stocks. The new Wolf of Wall Street loves cannabis stocks. Rich TV Live loves and believes in cannabis stocks. The question is, do you believe in cannabis stocks, and will you achieve ultimate wealth through the cannabis stock revolution? It's true.